Hi everyone, it's me, it's Issa. I won't be long today. I wanted to drop in and just remind the community, those of you that are grieving, and those of you who watch my channel who want a little insight how they can assist someone they know of that are grieving. Um, just recently, this past weekend, um, a young lady transitioned from and she was only 18, and I apologize for the pause because it's still fresh. And um, the reasonings behind her transitioning was gun violence. It was a gathering during a graduation ceremony. You know, children, 18. A mother and a father have to bury their first daughter. After just seeing their first daughter receive her high school diploma that she worked so hard for. I was led to record today, not because I was prepared, because typically I'll have some idea or I plan on a topic or issue. Today I did not. It was just, I was sitting here and it was just tugging on my spirit like, record something to address this issue. What's the issue? The naturalness, the natural promise of death, of course. And to celebrate now. But more importantly, to let the community know that it's time to step up, lean in to help someone who is grieving. Excuse me 1 second. This is a call of duty, of sorts, if you want to call it that. There, like I said, there's a mother and father, and she has siblings. And one main concern in this situation, which may or may not apply to all situations, because I talk about grief in specific terms during certain episodes on my channel. And I talk about grief in general terms because grief, remember, comes in so many different ways. So tonight, this evening, is a call of duty of the community to allow those that are grieving the time to actually grieve. Give them permission to grieve. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about space to grieve, because they're going to have that, when they go into their homes or private spaces. But when you have a situation that I just described to you, or something similar, this is where the power of community step in. And you give those that are grieving the space and the permission to grieve, that nonverbal permission, or even you can say, hey, you give verbal permission. You can just say, hey, this is an example. A lot of times in situations like this, because of the details surrounding this young lady's death, a statement is always needed immediately. The news is looking for a reaction, a response from the parents. I understand that information is important. I understand that advocating for the resolve, the quick resolve of a situation is a lot, maybe needed in situations such as this. But this is where community comes in at. Ask a family member or a family member or a trusted friend to step in and extend yourself. Go to the ones directly that are grieving. If you're willing and capable, and say, what are your thoughts if I make a statement on your behalf? Because they have enough to deal with. Be bold and, and make these statements that is in agreement with the family's values and their perspective at that time. And only do it if you have their direct permission to do so. But extend the offer is basically what I'm trying to get to. Because you don't want added stress layered on top of and mixed in with grief. Because you're going to get a reaction. Of course. You'll get a statement from the family, those directly impacted by the loss. But see, on their end, it's even heavier. They don't need that extra stress on top of the healing, the hurt, the heartache, and the circumstances surrounding the transitioning of their loved one. I know of instances, where a statement, it was due, someone passed away due to the violence done to them by someone else. And quickly, everyone was like, hey, you need to make a statement. You need to make a statement. When all that person really needed was time to heal first. Because honestly, they already had the culprit. If everyone involved in a situation I'm talking about professionals, you trust in their abilities to do what they do as professionals, that will get done. So for all of those advocates who have a cause, and rightly so, please don't pressure those that are hurting, who are grieving so early, so fresh in the process, to get involved and start advocating so early. All right. It doesn't mean not to tap them on the shoulder at a later time, but give them the space and the time to feel their grief and to be in their heartache. Because like I said, you'll get a reaction. And your organization would be highlighted or spotlighted or what have you. But when the lights turn off and the cameras are off, that family is left still heartbroken. But now they have this added burden of not advocating. And maybe burden may be too loaded of a word. Let's say stress. Like I say, I can think of someone right now. And she passed away not too long after her loved one passed away. So give them space to heal. The power of community. Like I said, if you're a part of a social group or network and you want to get involved, ask the family if it's okay if you make a prepared statement on their behalf. Show them exactly what it is you're going to say. Let them read it, and then you make the statement. Looking for nothing in return. I'm sure you're not. You shouldn't be. It's called the power of community. If you're a family member who can do this on behalf of your family member or a close, friend, a teacher that's familiar with the child or whatever or whomever is directly involved. Ask them if they would like to make a statement, prepare something, have them look it over, get their approval or disapproval, however it works. Just help them in this process. Let them breathe and grieve so that they can, on some levels, have peace to just hurt and hug on each other. You understand? Because once you're all gone, the cameras are gone, they're still there with each other, trying to get through and put together why this happened to their baby, their daughter, or anyone that's grieving. They don't need the added stress of having to say, well, this agency here need us to do this agency need us to show up to this news thing, this agency want us to come to a balloon release, this age, I gotta be here, I gotta be there. And I want to also say to those of you that are grieving, only do these things if you feel led to. If at any time you feel that this is an added pressure or stress or burden, it's okay to not go. It's okay to not show up. It's okay to say no. And it's also okay to say yes and to be involved to the point where you are and you want to be. Do you understand? So I'm just asking the community to rally with and for those that are grieving. That's it. All right. And together, we're going to get through this. Because remember, death is not an if. It is. It is a natural promise. So love on each other today. Celebrate each other today. Right now. I don't like contractions. Do not put it off. I love each and every one of you. So remember, this is a call of duty to the community. Help lighten somebody else's load. And watch my video on the power of community, because there are other things you can do to help someone that is grieving. All right? I love you. And real quick, for those of you that are grieving, it's okay to receive help. And if it don't feel right, you know your situation. You're an expert on yourself. Okay? So, like I said, together we are going to get through this. Continue blessings and continue peace and happiness Till the next time.